You're listening to RIAcast, a podcast of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Investment Association. RIAcast brings together a variety of real estate entrepreneurs from all over the world to share tips and ideas. The core purpose of the Southwest Florida RIA is to help members become more profitable and successful through networking, education, and empowerment. Here are your hosts, Jeff Tamarello and Michael Lyons.
Hi, I'm Jeff Tamburello. I am one of the directors of the Southwest Florida RIA, joined by the other director, Mike Lyons, and we have two of our three speakers on the panel for the upcoming general meeting on what to do when your builders bail, Ian Vokes and Dylan Shea. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Good.
Wonderful.
Good, man. Thanks for having us on.
Awkward silence. So, Ian, go ahead and tell us about yourself, your background. Everybody that comes to the meeting knows you, but for those that don't.
Hi, my name is Ian Vokes, a founder, licensed general contractor of Vokes Construction LLC. I've been a general contractor 20 years. I've been in Florida for 6 years now as a licensed general contractor. We build new construction homes. We do a ton of high-end residential remodeling, and we do a lot of light commercial work. So we do a huge variety of projects. And I'm also a real estate investor. I actually started out at wanting to be a general contractor, but nobody would hire me. So I bought my own property and fixed it up. And that was how I got my start in the business 20 years ago in 2004. Thank you.
That's awesome. And I'm Dylan Shea. I'm a local real estate attorney, represent a number of investors with the Southwest Florida RIA and happy to be a sponsor of the RIA. Before being an attorney working in real estate and development, I was a general contractor as well. So this area of this topic is particularly of interest to me and close to my heart. Built about 300 homes out in Colorado before I went to law school. So love helping out people, although a lot of times these are not the best circumstances, but this is going to be a fun topic to discuss.
Awesome. Well, for what it's worth, Jeff, I mean, from the investment side or from the management side, I've gotten so many phone calls regarding this topics. But this, of course, this is why Jeff and I mentioned or wanted to have this meeting. Is there's been tons of investors that have reached out to me. I mean, 20 plus investors probably that I've spoken to in regards to having issues with an unfinished house. You know, what to do, where to go. And of course, Dylan, I've sent several your way and from the legal side of it, but like, there's a lot of people that are dealing with this, and there's a lot of builders locally that are for lack of a better term, going under. And this is the beginning of, I think, a lot more problems that we'll see over the next, 6, 8, 12 months.
Well, right now, all the rage is BD development. I mean, that's what the news every day. You know, it seems to be a focal point, but there's a lot more out there than just BD development. There's a couple other builders, and I'm not going to drop the name, that are probably have more properties under construction that aren't going to get completed than BD construction.
Yeah, agreed. And there's investors that are the other problem too. And one thing my company was doing with a lot of these builders when we were getting management on them, and we still are getting management on the completed ones, obviously, but we were giving updated pictures every so often to the investors that were out of state and out of the area. And a lot of these builders, we weren't working with, but if they were, a little tip, I guess, that maybe you mentioned at the meeting, but if you're building a property like that and you're out of the area, I'd be requesting like a monthly or every, 6 weeks, a picture of status on where it's at. And if you go 2 or 3 or 4 months without, hearing or seeing anything, I'd be concerned, because I think there's people that haven't found out yet that they're having this problem, or are going to have this problem without being able to finish it. So it's a big issue. So.
Now, before we hit record on this, we were talking, and Ian brought up a potential solution. You want to talk about that now, Ian, or more of a safeguard?
I was actually going to bring that up in the meeting, but
okay.
It's very basic. In construction, we have insurances and we have bonds. The difference between a bond and insurance is it's a 3-party system versus insurances is a 2-party system. So I'm going to bring up bonds, which would basically, it's like a mic drop for this whole thing. that's the ultimate solution. But yeah, thanks for asking about that.
No, that's
Can
really
you do that after the fact?
No.
good. Yeah. It's like getting
Um,
insurance after you crash your car. It's like,
Yeah.
no, right? Is that what you say?
You can't get full coverage when it's on the tow truck.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh gosh.
Well, good.
No,
Well, guys,
unfortunately you cannot.
for what it's worth, this is, I mean, it's on the news. It's been an issue in our area and will continue to be, I think, for, like I said, for a while. And if you drive some places in Charlotte County and Lee County, they're everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of construction. Actually, I received an email, again, won't name drop on the builder, but of changing the company name. And I suspect doing that on purpose to maybe change the image of all the other ones that maybe aren't finished. But I could be wrong on that, but I hope that's not the case. But there's going to be a lot more issues to come here real soon. So.
And following up on what Jeff was saying for Ian, one of the things we're going to discuss is just, what are those rights? When do you act on those rights? There's so many people that we've gotten calls for that they're really sleeping on their rights, and time ticks, time is money. And so the sooner that you act on them and you realize like what kind of position you're in, the better for you. So this is going to be a appropriate and timely discussion, because a lot of people are just kind of sitting, wringing their hands, wondering when and how do I act?
And, just a quick before we end here, the first thing they would need probably is to see that send you the contract, right? I mean, that's probably the first thing you got to start with.
Yeah, and you brought up a really interesting point with respect to the other switching to other builders. People really need to be wary about that. There's a lot of kind of shenanigans going on with that. So the sooner you can kind of get legal advice, the better. Yeah,
makes sense. That makes sense. Well, guys, what we're looking forward to, we appreciate your willingness to speak, and we expect this will be a pretty interesting meeting. There's some invites Jeff, we should have some invites towards individuals who are building that are going through it right now. That might be front row seat for the how to handle it. But anyway, no, we appreciate it, guys. We're looking forward to it.
This concludes this edition of RIAcast. Be sure to subscribe to receive our next episode. You can also subscribe at our website, www.swflreia.com. See you at a meeting soon. Please let us know if you have a suggestion for a future episode.